Hi guys, I hope you're good. I miss you all. It's been a while we didn't do a lesson, but yalla, we will do a lesson now. So, yesterday my computer broke. So because my computer broke, I thought this is a good opportunity. Look at that. I thought this is a good opportunity for us to talk about the words maksur and manzur. Why? Because most of my students, a lot of times, they get confused with these two and they use them interchangeably, but not in the right way. So if we look at my computer right now, you see the screen is, I don't know if you can see that, it's cracked. It's not just broken down, it's not working. No, it's cracked. Somebody broke it. I don't know who broke it. I just found it broken. Maybe it's one of the kids. So in this case, I can say الشاشة is a screen, by the way. So الشاشة مكسورة, because you can see it, it's physically broken or cracked, okay? So in this case, you can use the word مكسور or مكسورة, the adjective مكسور or مكسورة. So in this case, الشاشة, we pronounce it as الشاشة because it starts with the letter sheen, and sheen is a sun letter. So we will not say الشاشة. I'm gonna say الشاشة مكسورة, and I'm using the feminine form of the adjective because شاشة is a feminine word. So الشاشة مكسورة. I can also use الكمبيوتر. The computer in general, I can't use it because it's broken down as well, because you know I can't, if the screen was still broken down, like in pieces, but I could still use the computer, then I would say الشاشة مكسورة بس الكمبيوتر مش منزوع. It's not broken down, but now I can't use it. So الكمبيوتر منزوع. منزوع doesn't have to be something you can see with your eyes. It can be not working, just not working, منزوع. So الشاشة مكسورة والكمبيوتر منزوع. Okay, so for example, am I gonna say القلم, can you see that? It's broken. Am I gonna say القلم مكسور أو القلم منزوع? Which one? I'm gonna say القلم مكسور because you can see it, it's physically broken, okay? But for example, if I had another pen like this one, okay, and I'm trying to, it's not broken, you can't see it's not broken, but I'm trying to write with it, but it's not working, I can't write with it, so I can say القلم منزوع in that case because it doesn't look like it's broken if I look at it, but when I try to write, it's not working. In that case, I can say القلم منزوع, and I would be using the masculine form because قلم is not a feminine word, it's a masculine word, so I have to use a masculine adjective with it. القلم, the pen, منزوع. But this one is not منزوع, you see, I'm writing and it writes. So if it's not broken or it's working, a way to say it's working, I say القلم ماشي. Literally, I'm using ماشي. It's a participle. It means the walker. It's walking. The pen is walking. But of course, I don't mean to say the pen is walking. All I mean to say in this case is the pen is working. القلم ماشي. الكمبيوتر ماشي. I have a student the other day told me that سيارتي, he told me my car, سيارتي مكسورة. And that was wrong, of course, because if I look at the car, it's not broken, nothing is broken. It just stopped when he was driving it, right? It broke down. So in that case, I can't say سيارتي مكسورة, my car is like that, broken. No, سيارتي منزوعة. So now you know the differences between مكسور and منزوع. Of course, we can also use them as verbs. So for example, in this case, I don't know why I can't breathe. Okay, so in this case, for example, if I want to say, okay, let's go back to the computer. So, if I want to say my screen broke, okay, I will use a verb that means it broke. No one else broke it. It broke. I say انكسرت. انكسرت, انكسرت, but we will not pronounce it انكسرت in Lebanese. We will pronounce it انكسرت. انكسرت الشاشة. the screen broke, and with a liaison you can say انكسرت الشاشة. انكسرت. So I'm not specifying who broke it, what happened. It just broke, okay? But if I want to say I don't know who broke it. ما بعرف مين. I don't know. ما بعرف. ما بعرف مين. I don't know who. ما بعرف مين كسر الشاشة. You see, I didn't say in this case كسر. I wrote كسر. So in this case, I mean to break something else. So when someone breaks something or someone else. كسر. For example, ما بعرف مين كسر الشاشة. I don't know who broke the screen. ما بعرف مين انكسر الشاشة أو كسر الشاشة. Which one? Of course not انكسر الشاشة. ما بعرف مين كسر الشاشة. But الشاشة انكسرت. Okay. If I want to say I broke the pen. أنا كسرت. أنا كسرت القلم. I didn't say أنا كسرت. No. أنا كسرت القلم. But if I want to say the pen broke, I would say القلم انكسر. انكسر. القلم انكسر. Or أنا كسرت القلم. So since we're talking about مكسور, منزوع, or by the way, the verb of منزوع is انتزع. For example, الكمبيوتر, I'm going to go back to say what I was saying, but wait, let me just say this first. So الكمبيوتر منزوع, if I'm describing it as an adjective, it's broken down. And if I want to say it as a verb, الكمبيوتر انتزع. انتزع. Okay, I'm writing it انتزع, but I'm pronouncing it in Lebanese انتزع. انتزع الكمبيوتر. But if I want to say I broke it down, maybe I was using it and I did something wrong with it and it stopped working, I can say أنا نزعت الكمبيوتر. So I'm not saying أنا انتزعت. No, أنا نزعت الكمبيوتر. Now, because we're talking about كسر and انتزع and all of these, I made a list. One second, I just remembered one and I don't want to forget it. I'm going to write it down before I forget it because I remembered two actually. So I made a list of expressions we use with كسر and انكسر and مكسور, and also I just remembered with منزوع and انتزع. So يلا, let's start with the first one. Before I start, actually, I want to tell you the forms of these verbs. Let's just repeat. So, كسر is to break something else. Sometimes we also use كسر with a shadda on the scene. كسر and كسر. They both mean to break something else. كسر is when something breaks itself, okay? And مكسور is the adjective. We also have the word تكسير, which we will use in one of the expressions. تكسير, it's breaking, the act of breaking something. So that's a noun, it's a verbal noun. We call it مصدر, تكسير. So كسر is a verb, to break something else. كسر is also a verb, it means to break something else. انكسر is also a verb, but it means when something breaks. I'm not saying who broke what. And مكسور is the adjective, which is a participle in fact. And we also have تكسير, which is a verbal noun, a مصدر we call it, which is also a noun, basically, the act of breaking something, okay? So I will start with my dad is looking at me from there. Okay, so I will start with the first one. We have the expression انكسر الشر. انكسر الشر. You see, I didn't say كسر, I said انكسر الشر. It literally means the evilness was broken. انكسر الشر. When do we use this expression? So for example, if I am using something, a cup or something or plate, whatever, and it fell and it broke, okay? So the other person who's sitting with me to tell me, oh, it's okay, it's fine, nothing happened, they say انكسر الشر, as if they mean to say there was evilness in this cup, and now because you broke it, the evilness went away, okay? So it's a nice expression we use when something really physically breaks. انكسر الشر, okay? If you're having a cup of coffee with your friends and they are guests and they accidentally broke the cup, you can say to them ما عليه ما عليه, it's okay. ما عليه means it's okay. ما عليه انكسر الشر, انكسر الشر. So it's a very nice expression, so memorize it. By the way, guys, when I'm saying all these expressions and words, don't just sit there passively listen. Always pause whatever you're hearing, say with me, say it out loud, actively say the words, because if you don't, you're gonna maybe listen to it, it's nice, whatever, I didn't use it, I forgot it. But if you say them, you will not forget them, and especially if you write them and say them, that's so perfect. Your brain will memorize much more, maybe up to 90% chance of retaining the information. Okay, so the first expression is انكسر الشر. I put a tick next to it because it's done. And then another one is كسرت راسي. كسرت is I broke, راس is head, راسي is my head. كسرت راسي. It's a way to say that I really thought and analyzed about something so much. Maybe it's a math exercise or something. You say كسرت راسي. I thought deeply about something. Okay. Of course, you can use it to say someone else did it. For example, كسر راسه. He broke his head. Of course, you can conjugate this expression. But the first one, the one I said, انكسر الشر, no, it's a fixed expression. We don't conjugate it. كسرت راسي, no, it's something you can conjugate. أنا كسرت راسي. I broke my head. If you want to say he broke his head, you can say هو كسر راسه. But we also have the expression similar to this one, is تكسير راس. I told you just a moment ago that تكسير is a verbal noun. It's a masdar, okay? It's the action of breaking. So تكسير راس literally means breaking head. Breaking heads, تكسير راس. It's also a way to say when you analyze something a lot, but at the same time we use it to say that there will be a competition between two people. For example, sometimes I say راح يصير في, there will be, راح يصير في, there will be. That's how you say there will be in Arabic. Memorize it. راح يصير في, راح يصير في, but pronounced as راح يصير في. راح يصير في تكسير راس. There will be breaking heads. Literally, I'm saying literally what it means. It's a way to say there will be like two people who are stubborn and they will be competing, you know, together, and one of them doesn't want to give up, basically. So تكسير راس, we call that تكسير راس. Okay, so we said انكسر الشر, the evilness is broken. كسرت راسي, I broke my head, and تكسير راس is the action of it. It's the same meaning, but plus it also has the meaning of like the competition between two people. But if I say تكسير راس, I can also be analyzing a lot. هيدا تكسير راس, you know. The third expression, I used it before in another video. It's قلبي مكسور, my heart is broken. Literally broken, but we mean to use it in the metaphorical sense that my heart is broken. قلبي مكسور. You can also say that somebody broke your heart. How will you say it? Will you say انكسر لي قلبي أو كسر لي قلبي? The second one, of course, because كسر is the one that we use to say we do something to someone else. So I can either say كسر قلبي, literally he broke my heart, كسر قلبي, but we also use a lot in Lebanese كسر لي, he broke for me قلبي, my heart. كسر لي قلبي, he broke for me my heart, he broke my heart. كسر لي قلبي or كسر قلبي. You can use either one of them. So let's repeat. Say with me. انكسر الشر, كسرت راسي, تكسير راس, you know, something that's very difficult to think about, or a competition. قلبي مكسور, my heart is broken, or كسر قلبي, he broke my heart. كسر لي, he broke for me my heart. The next one is very nice. Memorize it. It's typical Lebanese, you know, because in Lebanon when we drive like crazy. And if you're driving and somebody, you know, sometimes they just, like, I don't know how you say it in English, they come with their car and they just, you know, I don't know if you say in English, brake on you. If I'm driving and somebody else just decides to come and just turn their car and just go in front of me, that's how you use in Arabic. You say كسر علي. Literally you're saying he broke on me. علي on me. على is on and علي is on me. كسر علي. كسر علي, but I'm saying it fast and I'm saying كسر علي. كسر علي. He broke on me. It's a way to say I was driving and somebody just came and just drove in front of me or something like that. So that's like they're breaking your road or something like that. كسر علي. And of course this is conjugatable. If you want to say, for example, she did that, you say كسرت, because كسرت is she broke. كسر is he broke. كسرت علي. She broke on me, literally. You can say, oh my god, I don't want to go into the complications of conjugation, but I'm going to give you just one. If you want to say you made that on someone else, you say كسرت, I broke. كسرت عليه, on him. كسرت عليه, I just jumped in front of him by car. كسرت عليه. That's usually by car, not if you're walking or something. When you're driving, basically by car, by truck, whatever. Okay? كسر علي, we use it a lot because, you know, you're not going to admit you did it to someone else. You usually say, oh, he just took his car and came in front of me and whatever. So that's كسر علي. Now the next one is a very nice expression. I already mentioned it in one of my previous TikTok videos. It says Allah خلقك وكسر القالب. Let me say it slowly. Allah, God, خلقك, created you or made you. وكسر, and he broke القالب, the mold. God created you and broke the mold. You can use it to say to someone, you are so amazing, you are so perfect, that, you know, God created you and you are so unique and no one's like you, because the moment he created you, he broke that mold and he didn't create another someone that has a similar copy of you. So it's a way to say to someone, you're so unique and so perfect. Of course, you can use it also sarcastically. Allah خلقك وكسر القالب. You can also say it in the feminine form. Allah خلقك وكسر القالب. You can say God created him. Allah خلقه, him. Allah خلقه وكسر القالب. So خلق is the verb, and the other parts we are adding in the end, the suffixes, are implying him or her. So God created him, God created you, God created me. Allah خلقني. Allah خلقك is God created you, masculine. Allah خلقك, God created you, feminine. Okay, yalla. The next one is, you know, when you say to someone, and we do this in our head, بدي كسرك, I will break you. Like, you know, we use it as a joke most of the times. We don't really mean it seriously to say, like, I'm going to break you. It's a way to tell someone off, or maybe when a mom tells to her child that, you know, she's gonna, to tell him off, or she's to scare him or something. You say, بدي كسرك, okay? Or بدي كسرك, I will break you, feminine. We also use كسرت السكور. كسرت, I broke. The score. Score is not an Arabic word, but we use it like that as an expression. كسرت السكور, I broke the record. Of course, you can say كسر السكور, he broke the record. كسر السكور. We have the expression كسر القعدة. كسر the قعدة is the rule. Okay, كسر القعدة, he broke the rule. كسر القعدة. We also pronounce it قاعدة. I like to pronounce it قاعدة, maybe more like the villagey way. كسر القاعدة or كسر القعدة, to break the rule. He broke the rule. We have the expression كسر لي كلمتي. كلمة is a word. It has a ت مربوطة. It means word. And it's a feminine word. We don't pronounce that ت مربوطة. But the moment I add the a, my, كلمتي, I'm not saying كلمة anymore. I have to pronounce the ت مربوطة. I say كلمتي, my word, كلمتي. كسر, he broke. كسر لي, he broke for me. كلمتي, my word. He broke my word for me. You can also say, of course, كسر كلمتي. But you can also say كسر لي, he broke for me my word. It's a way to say, like, he didn't listen to me, but it has this meaning that, you know, your word is very important, but no one should break it. Like, I don't know, like, for example, it's more like if my dad says something to me, I feel bad if I break his word. كسرت له كلمته. In that case, I broke his word. كسرت, I broke. كسرت له, for him. The lo means for him. كسرت له, I broke for him. كلمته, the o means his word in this case. كسرت له كلمته, I broke his word. And it's not a nice thing to do usually. That it has that implication, okay? You also have the expression كسر خاطري or كسر لي خاطري. So that لي is optional again for me. He broke. كسر لي خاطري. He disappointed me. That's how you say كسر لي خاطري. I kind of felt disappointed. كسر خاطري. You can also use it as a participle or an adjective. You can say خاطري مكسور. Okay, I am disappointed. خاطري مكسور, broken. The verb كسر in the present form, the infinitive form of the present form, I use it the present root. I call it personally I call it the present root is iksur, to break, in the present form. So for example, niksur is we break, okay, or biksur is I break in the present form. And in Lebanon specifically, like, you know, when we eat all these tasty stuff and the meza, and you know, you call them in English meze, or like the appetizers in Arabic, we call them meza. And we have a drink called the arak. I also have a video on that. I can leave a link in the description box. When we mix that drink, it's a very, very strong alcoholic drink. So when we mix it with water, for example, to reduce its intensity, like it's like the alcohol in it, we mix it with water. So that's why we say we break it, somehow we break it, you know, we break the intensity. So بنكسر العرق. So when we are having our lunch or something, we say, for example, if my dad broke the arak, we say البابا كسر العرق. We don't mean he literally broke it. No, it's the metaphorical sense of making the intensity of something less, okay? So, and by mixing it with another material. You can use this expression even when you are cooking something and maybe you're adding water with something else, you know, to reduce the intensity of it. Maybe it's the sugar or the salt, or you mix something with it to reduce it. So you say نكسر or كسر. So it depends. Like, for example, if I want to say we break the arak, I say نكسر العرق. But if I want to say we broke the arak, we say كسرنا, we broke. Or بيي, my father, كسر العرق, he broke the عرق. I don't have a lot of space in my phone. I hope I will have enough time to put all of these. نكسر العرق. If I say انكسر ظهري, my back broke. انكسر ظهري, ظهر is back, ظهري is my back. I don't mean literally my back broke like that. No, it means maybe I carried something heavy and I felt tired. انكسر ظهري, انكسر ظهري. But also we can use بيكسر, he breaks or it breaks in the present form. بيكسر الظهر, it breaks the back. The expression بيكسر الظهر means something that is overwhelming or heavy, or it's a burden, something that is burdensome. بيكسر الظهر. If you have something in your head even that is that is, you know, making you worried or overwhelmed, or like it's difficult, it's a burden. So you say بيكسر الظهر. It is back breaking, literally, to say it's overwhelming. بيكسر الظهر. And then now I remembered two more. There is two more with kasar. I don't personally use it a lot. It's maybe more standard Arabic. Kasar il-samt, pronounced as kasar is-samt. He broke the silence, like after a long period of not speaking. Like, you know, you're not talking about something, or you're not even talking to someone, you say kasar is-samt if you finally spoke to them or about the topic. And there's another one which I personally don't use as well, is kasar حاجز الخوف. He broke the barrier. الحاجز kasar, without the sorry, kasar حاجز, he broke the barrier of the fear. الخوف, حاجز is barrier, and خوف is fear. So you're saying kasar, and then you're putting the word حاجز, barrier, without without the. He broke barrier of the fear. Okay, that's how you're saying it. كسر حاجز الخوف. He broke the barrier of fear, which means he broke his fear. But I want to give you two more only for the verb انتزع, right? Because we were talking initially about كسر and نزع, or انكسر and انتزع. When I say about someone that he is منزوع or منزوعة, about a person or a kid or something, I say like they are spoiled, or they are not polite, or they are not brought up properly, well raised, maybe you say in English, I'm not sure. So that's منزوع or منزوعة. Of course you can say it as a joke as well, منزوع and منزوعة. And if I use it as a verb, انتزع, like he got spoiled, it's a way to say maybe he was initially like good or like polite or something, but recently he's been acting in a not so good way. I can say انتزع الصبي, like the boy. I think I made it just on time. My battery died and I was saying the last expression, which was انتزع الصبي, the boy got broken down, literally, which means it's a way to say like he became spoiled. Okay, انتزع الصبي, the boy became spoiled. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I am gonna try to upload more and more lessons from now on. See you soon. Bye.